Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This time here, people have been talking about this for quite some time. If my memory serves me right, a couple of years, talking about the leadership of the Unity Labour Party Sunday, and maybe is it case where people inside the party are also alluding to a bit of a crisis within the ULP, or is it the agenda of the opposition? Now, this gentleman here, I don't know if you remember Lawyer Boy. Lawyer Boy used to sing soca. He sang a couple soca songs. I've not heard a song in a few years. Maybe he quit that and said, you know, that's not for me. Let me just stick to being a lawyer.
No, is he named Lawyer Boy now?
Yeah, that was his stage name, Lawyer Boy.
He's no longer a boy.
Well, he's not singing anymore. So he put up this video on social media and it has been making some serious rounds. We are going to play it right now.
And the Grenadines located both at home and abroad.
Me want to hear the first part.
Ladies and gentlemen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines located both at home and abroad. It is with an extremely heavy heart that I come to you today.
Is that extreme?
To have to point out that there exists within our shores a veritable crisis in transition in terms of leadership.
Oh boy.
This crisis in transition is twofold, in that on the one hand, you have a leader who is clearly suffering from an intoxication of power that office holds. As if that wasn't bad enough, he's further suffering with an affliction, whereby his two inadequately politically engineered clones are not ready now, nor will they be ready at any time in the future to take the reins of leadership. For those of you who have misplaced sentiment and think that an overriding dislike for one somehow equates to widespread like for the other.
Let me stick a pin right there. You see where he's talking about, okay, so the leader of the Unity Labour Party wants to hold on. And he's speaking about the two gentlemen who everybody have been talking about, Caesar and Gonzalez. He's saying that they are not ready yet, or they're not ready yet. But he's calling them clones. Is it by way of their mindset, the way they move, the way they speak? Are you referring to them as clones? If they're the front...
Oh, why would you want to clone a leader that's going out?
Maybe to keep up with the standard of the ULP? So who cloned them, or they cloned themselves? Like, how did that come about to you calling them two clones?
Yeah, that's how I say you are who you become. No, you become who you...
You say?
Who you are wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
who you're around? And then what out there makes you feel that they are inadequate to be, they're not good enough to be two things: leader of the ULP, and by extension, leader of the entire country? What about them makes them inadequate? All right. Let's continue. Don't answer. Let's continue.
Let me read on this.
Yeah. All right.
You are mistaken. If you think I am lying, please go and speak to the people that work within the Ministry of Agriculture, from the technocrat to the field officer to the farmer. Find out if more can't be done for agriculture. Find out if these people are not working in a demoralized fashion, that their self-worth and their sense of self-accomplishment is diminished having been working in that ministry. Check it out for yourselves, but please, I beg you, protect the people's identity, because you know how it is. So make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, the Unity Labour Party finds itself at one of its lowest points throughout its 25 or 26 years of existence. Similar low points from the past were different in that they were in the ascendancy at that point in time. So now more than ever, progressive-minded people generally who have genuine intentions for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and its future generations need to come together in a structural and utility-laden manner to correct the course that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is heading towards. Have a good day, everyone.
Now, there's a part in that I think I want in his presentation, right? Now, you can hit us up and let us know how you feel about what you just heard from, his correct name is Lyndon George. Some people know him as Lawyer Boy, right? He's a lawyer, okay? All right, and that's what he shared. It's about 2 minutes long, and you could even find it on St. Vincent Times has the video at the bottom of the article. There's a similar article on Eyewitness News talking about it as well. So you have various avenues to get it if you missed it, all right? Or you can just watch about the live. Great. So you can hit us up at 4301043 to let us know how you feel, or you can drop a comment on our live at Extreme 104 SVG, whether Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Do you agree with what he said? Do you disagree with what he said? That was a bit of a mouthful.
Demoralized fashion.
Okay, demoralized fashion. Now, my question on that, right? Now, he's referring to Minister Caesar not being a good minister of agriculture. And from talking to people within the ministry, he's saying that people don't feel motivated to do work, probably because they feel wholeheartedly that a lot more can be done with agriculture that Caesar is responsible for, but for whatever reason, it is not being materialized. Now, for argument's sake, could you name the other ministries that are in existence? Do the workers, the employees, feel better? Are they doing better work?
Oh, I know. I say if it is similar.
Yeah. Are they also demoralized, or they feel demotivated, or is it just the Ministry of Agriculture?
You tell about that one, eh?
Now, I asked that question because, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be because of Caesar's, because of him. It could be, maybe that's just, economically speaking, everybody's just really stressed out.
Yeah, but it's just dumb.
Yeah, everybody just
Like,
really...
you don't accustomed to like this period of nothing, for lack of better word, of nothing. So like whenever something come along, it could be hard to believe now. Like, oh, this is what you want to do. Or if somebody come with a change, you don't accustomed to the mindset that nothing happening.
So you're stuck in your ways, right? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Lana, before I say what I said, I used to try to hold my breath too, so now you're alone.
See? See?
Because me used to like to dive, so I used to practice to hold my breath.
Yes, I
long
used to
hold my breath, so when I go down go shoot a fish, me know that I could hold my breath for X amount of time, and me go balance and see how deep you are to be. So, Crystal, na laugh after him and again,
Alright. Okay.
But here, what now? I remember the Constitution of the Unity Labour Party, not United Crystal, thanks to the correction last week. The Unity Labour Party prohibits party members to criticize the party. So if an employee of a ministry is disgruntled, it is forbidden according to the Constitution, so they're afraid to talk out. So they go, check the wickedness and mumble. And that guy is absolutely correct, because I know people in Ministry of Agriculture who walk in and in get paid. This was a while ago. I stopped follow up with them because we have other things to worry about. Walk in and all 2 months after they get a pay. And they start the bawling and mumbling. Now my question to that guy, which I'm glad he speak out, but I'm getting paid by the ULP. Did he not notice these issues? That he could have tried to correct these issues from within?
How do you... Okay. All right, good. Continue with the point. I'll ask after.
Because a lot of these ULP people, and I'm not knocking him because I'm glad they're coming out, because a lot of things that Max used to say years ago, that these same people used to fight down and say, I pull in Finland, so I don't want to go to Finland. So they're coming out now and saying the same things I was saying were actually factual. those things were in the fold. So my question is, are they coming out because they love Sin too, or are they coming out because they are disgruntled because they didn't get what they used to get yesterday?
Okay.
So
So you think that he is upset because he didn't get something that he wanted? So he is being critical. I'm asking for your opinion.
I don't know what to think. I'm basically talking off of my observation. When they were in
So based on your observation, what do you think this is?
Based off my observation,
Yeah.
they were defending they were defending something yesterday. Now they chastising anything today.
Okay, so that to me sounds like a yes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely yes.
All right. So you think he vexed, he didn't get something didn't go his way. He's disgruntled,
Yes.
so he's pulling down the ULP. All right.
The ULP. So we have to and we have to tell those people, like I said, it's not a personal attack on him, to really pay attention and be critical thinkers, because it's almost like when any party, the Constitution prevent them from critically thinking. Because they're so indoctrinated in the ULP propaganda that they willfully don't pay attention to certain things and look the other way because their plate of food full. You see what I'm saying? So now you want people back. So when you plate of food, so that is the level of selfishness, and people like that, I question their patriotism. Because don't talk when you're hungry, talk when your belly full. Because Crystal, is my belly full and your son belly empty, how me go feel as a intention?
Yeah, but if you benefiting and you getting what you want, why would you care about anybody else?
Exactly.
Nah, me can't do Crystal. Me not
That
do
is
like
that is you,
That
and that is you. But
your thing.
your rationale is now that they quote unquote belly empty, they're speaking out about issues, things that they should have been talking about, but then they're belly full. So then if you are benefiting, you are happy now, you're getting what you want. Now you're not getting what you want, you're vexed to the world.
And there is a farmer bad mind.
Well,
Because if my belly is so full that my food is overflowing and your son over there and Crystal come and say, boy, me need a little better work because my son hungry. And me have more than enough. And me shut up and me say, boy, you know what, Crystal? You're right, you know.
all right.
So don't come to your love sin too when it's not benefiting you.
All right.
Love
Okay.
sin too when it's benefiting you. That's all I'm saying. But I'm glad they're standing out, and we need more people to stand out. But I challenging the public servants and them within the circle to stand out.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
Don't talk after I damage done. It's too late now to talk out in a sense. But I'm glad for that.
All right. Are we going to sort of neglect or avoid the content of the message just because we feel that he vexed, somebody vexed him, he ain't getting what he custom getting, so now he's talking out and it's bare hypocrisy across the board? You're gonna forget the content?
What was he getting?
I don't know. That is how I see it. Max was alluding to, oh, this is somebody else who vexed. Just like how we're talking about, who was it again? A gentleman who said he wanted to go up to the PM's office and he waited for days and days and days and up to now he can't get through. Is that another situation where somebody vexed, they are accustomed, being in maybe a particular circle and they just vexed, so they're starting to speak up because they're not getting what they're accustomed getting? That's what people are alluding to, and that's what I'm picking up. All right, some more responses.
So like a spoiled child kind of vibe.
You ain't getting so, not getting what I want. All right. So here's another one. Ask the PM. He's the one that's showing them to be inadequate. Is he bringing that across that? Oh, okay then. There is a direct hold of movement of money from the Ministry of Finance to the Ministry of Agriculture. Hello. All the government, all the ministries and them are wait for money. All of them looking for money from the same pot. You understand? And then they have to prioritize who going to get first, who going to get second. And then the person who probably lined up for second, somebody else fourth, becomes of higher, the priority. It just overrides. And then we get storm, we get volcano, and then everything else just, I think that is part of it too. Do you think that it's just unfortunate though? Like there are certain things that happen behind the scenes that the ministers just cannot come out and tell us. So perhaps he's getting a lot of wood. Yeah, he would get it because he's the minister. But certain things are out of his control.
And the organization, because it has like a lot of stuff we need answers for.
Can't
And
answer them.
It'll just fly over your head.
Now, he also talked about, he was speaking to progressive-minded people. And I think that is an important point to pull out. So, what are you saying about the other people? They're not progressive, like they do not have the right mindset to see certain things that you are seeing. And then he said structured manner. So, is it that the approach to politics from the opposition is not structured, it's haphazard, it's all over the place?
Okay, hold on a bit. You remember you just mentioned progressive minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I realize people don't see, people just embrace what you want them to embrace. If you embracing nothing that's going to help you out, you can just do it in your ways.
Yeah. And then they're going to focus on what is important to them at the time.
Exactly.
Which is food, security, shelter, and money.
Right.
Right? Now, I heard, I think it was Colin Graham. I think he was talking about, I can't remember what he was talking about, but he said that the ULP is at the lowest point in their political journey. The lowest, right? Lowest point, weakest point. Now, what went through my mind at that point is, okay, so you're gonna, is it that the NDP is now going to beef up their mission or their campaign to try to capitalize on either what is real or apparent as the ULP's lowest point in their political journey? That's one question. And number two, you had to wait until they get to the lowest point to be able to strong enough to beat them, quote unquote.
It come like you're letting the enemy wear out yourself and then you just take over.
Yeah. Y'all take 20 years and get tired. When you're tired, we will come stronger than ever.
At 20 year
Jeez,
strategy.
bread.
That's too long though.
Well, it's the people's choice at the end of the day.
How many low points have the ULP had?
I wasn't keeping track. I think the last election, people thought that that was a low point. And then now they're saying that this is a low point. Or is it that they're just telling us it's a low point because they want us to feel it's a low point, but it's not actually a low point?
maybe it's a magic trick, sleight of hand. You actually see something happening over there.
The nature of politics, yes. But another thing that is coming out, and quite a number of responses, we'll get to those after the Giselle State of Emergency mix, is where does the opposition stand in all of this? What are they going to do now? Are they going to change their tactics? Or is this one of the tactics? You're just going to jump on this bandwagon and just say, yeah, the weak. And then, let's take over.
Talk, and ain't do nothing.
Okay. All right.
You can see.
We will see. So we're going to wrap up this one here. We'll share the responses when we come back. All right, we got some bills to pay. Thank you for joining the live.